Wow. My nose is very open right now. Oh. So we're gonna fucking join? Like, what the fuck? Bro. Okay. It's been 2 minutes into the stream. Not one single person has joined. This is crazy. I almost don't know what to say. Okay. There we go. There's a spider over you, bro. Well, hopefully it'll fucking kill me. I'm just messing with you. What's good, what's good? It took a fucking while to get some fucking people in the stream. God damn, bro. The fuck? I thought it was fucking... I don't know, I just all of a sudden lost all my fucking people. Like, what the fuck? I don't know why I'm fucking with my hair with a knife, but that's just what's happening. And it is what it is. You can question it, or, you know, we can do whatever your questions are. Like I said, I'm a personal trainer, help men in their 20s boost testosterone naturally. If y'all got any questions about that, let me know. And if you want me to write anything down in this notebook right here, also let me know. Where you from? I'm from South Florida. Yo, sup, my fave YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Thank you. See, I knew that there was light at the end of this tunnel. You know what I mean? I knew that there was people here that were actually, you know, ready to watch me, because I was like wondering, like, where the hell are these people at? Like, straight up. I was very, very, very curious to know. I am sore, bro. Holy fuck. Like, this is not good soreness. I'm definitely more sore on this side than this side, but I'm sore on both, to be honest. Also feeling like Jesus, just ate a meal. Jesus just fell too. Okay. Yeah, I am cooked right now. Workout got me cooked. Workout got me cooked. Brother, I am from India. Hell yeah, dude. USA. Alright, so drop some questions. Let's talk about some shit. We haven't talked about anything on YouTube in so long, bro. It's been like, well, let's talk about something. Like, let's go over, like, we used to debate and shit. We used to, like, argue and stuff. We used to, like, get into it. Now we just don't do anything. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not saying it needs to be all negative, but, I mean, I need something to fucking, I need someone to question my opinions. I can't have everyone just agreeing with me. I can't have that. I need someone to be like, bro, how the fuck does that work? Like, how do you know that? Like, I need someone to fucking rattle me a little bit. Challenge my views. You know what I mean? If everyone's just sitting there being like, "Oh my gosh, bro, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right." You know, it's just I need someone to be like, you know, okay, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like questions like these, like like we're trying to stir the conversation way less towards me as a person, and way more towards the goals that we have as a connection and a community of people, like me to you guys. Like, I'm just the face of our movement. So when you guys ask me personal questions, it's like, bro, what are we even doing? Like, it has nothing to do with anything. You used to date my dad. I remember you. Fuck. Bruh. How many sets do you do? How many sets do I do for working out? It depends the situation. On average, I would recommend people do anywhere from 15 to 24 sets total for their exercises. That's a solid range. Thoughts on what are these questions, bro? My neck hurt. Can you give me some money? You only $20 support me, brother. Brother, I got no money. You're talking about giving, like, I got nothing. I got nothing to give. You know what I mean? Like what are we even saying right now? Like, I got nothing. I have literally nothing. Are we not aware of that? What the hell is this guy? Bacon Z. So let someone fucking challenge my views, okay? I think red meat is not bad for you. I think skin cancer is caused by diet and not the sun. So I think sun causing skin cancer is bullshit. I think pharmaceuticals are bullshit. I think it's one of USA's biggest issues is obesity. Like, fucking, like, someone give me something. Like, seriously. Like, come on, someone challenge that shit. God, if someone watched this, that was like out of, I don't know, out of context, I guess. Well, no, it is out of context. Some people just hop in, they just see. But give me something to fucking challenge. I think depression is way more symptoms rather than a permanent thing in your brain. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not going to make that statement. But get a job poyish. I don't know what that means. I'm studying, Viret Kova. I don't know. So yeah, what else? I think weakness as a man is not only sad and weak, right? But also it's unproductive and will not help you as a man and your experiences as a man. Like, being weak is never going to make you feel better as a man. Someone challenge me on that. So that's not very kind. What's not very kind? Piyush, need a job, bigger loser. Oh. Bro, what is with this guy? He keeps Bacon Z, bro. His timing, he's like presses it and then waits like 30 seconds and then presses it. Like, some of you trolls, like, if you dedicated hard work into something other than that, imagine how much money or success or jacked you would get, like doing push-ups. If you did push-ups for the amount of time you spent, like, putting whatever the fuck you're putting in the chat, like, you'd be jacked by now, you know? Right? Or am I wrong there? Wait, also, what did I say that's not very kind? I know it probably was something in there, but I wanted someone to challenge my views. But again, what does kind even mean? Like, is it not kind to say that obesity is an issue? Is that not kind to say? Like, does the kind thing to say make someone better or have a better life experience? That's how I kind of think of it. So it's like, say my friend was 500 pounds, right? And he's like, man, like, I hate my life. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't get any girls. I don't, have many friends, and like, I don't get any job opportunities, and I always feel lazy. And I could be kind and say the kind thing and be like, nah, dude, you're awesome, bro. Don't worry about that shit. Just ignore it. Like, just be your best self. Or I could be honest and truthful and be like, well, there's a big, big reason for this that's extremely obvious and would absolutely destroy all the problems you had right away if you were to fix it. And it's that you're overweight. Okay? There's two realities of what's going to happen to him. The reality that doesn't lose the weight is going to continue to have a bad life experiencing, being sad about not getting girls, all this different stuff. And then the one that listens to me actually loses the weight, all right? and does what he needs to do and then gets a better life experience, his life experience is better. But at the time, was it the kind thing to say? No, it wasn't really the kind thing to say. And it is a bit of a risk too. A lot of people don't, that go on my other side. A lot of people risk this. They're like, buy bacons. Okay, so you're not talking about. Okay, so back to okay. Well, even then, even my point still stands to a certain extent. Fuck, I fucking forgot what I was talking about. Okay, we were talking about fuck. Can someone remind me what we were talking about? I completely forgot. My brain just completely shut off for a second. Oh yeah, the fat friend explain. Okay, so two realities, right? He's either really, really, loses all the weight and feels better about his life, or he doesn't, and it's based off the kind thing that I say. But the risk there is that I could say that thing, saying, "Man, you really need to lose weight. Your life would be much better," and he doesn't do anything about it, and it remains fat and sad. That in that case, I should have just been nice. If that's end up being the reality, then me being nicer and kinder would have actually been better for overall life experience, because they would have went a little bit more clueless. And even though they were going through a bad life experience, at least they wouldn't have known what it was and known that they didn't do it. That's the worst, is knowing what you could do and not doing it if you weren't unaware in the first place. So there is a risk to it. That's why I debate when people say like, "Oh, bullying is good." It's like, we bring back bullying because it's good, it develops people. Like, well, true, it does. But there's also that risk that it might not develop that person. It might make them really sad and unconfident and insecure their entire rest of their life. There's two people that you bully. You bully one kid that's super skinny and weak, and he ends up feeling super skinny and weak the rest of his life and never ends up getting girls or making money or job opportunities or any of that stuff, because he always felt skinny and weak and he always got bullied for it, and that always destroyed his perception of himself, so he never went out for more. There's a reality of a lot of that happening, just so you guys know. Like, there's this idea that like, oh, like, you get bullied in high school and like you'll make it and all the popular people are gonna like lose. All that's bullshit. Okay, a lot of people that get bullied in high school end up like losing in life for the rest of life. It's a very, very sad statistic that is true. So I think what's good motivation, there's also people that get bullied in life that end up really destroying life, like Michael Jordan, like those types. Because they just get bullied and it's just they fucking are like, I hate this, I want to fucking destroy life. So I would say the biggest motivator for someone that is getting bullied, I don't know how we got on this topic, but let's just go back to it. The biggest way to get motivated for someone that is getting bullied is to understand that there are people that get bullied that actually end up getting a worse life experience after getting bullied. So that should motivate you even more, that, look, that's like that devil trying to destroy you and keep you under for longer and longer. And if you don't rebel, then you're fucked. So it's kind of like a survival primal mode, like, just, I gotta win, like, I can't lose, you know what I mean? It's that kind of vibe. My bacon's, I used to be fat, but then I started going to the gym and eating healthier foods. Good stuff. Rachel, local person. Bro, up, Rob, LOL. No, but yeah, so I would say it really depends on the person, okay? It really depends on what the situation is at hand. That's why I would say, like, if anyone's like, would you bully someone to make them better? No, I wouldn't. I don't think that's the best approach. I really don't. I really don't. Out of like everyone that's gonna ask me if I think bullying is the best way to make someone better at life, I don't. Even though I use it to my advantage because that's how my brain works, I need to, because if I don't, I lose at life. That's how my brain thinks. It just takes it and just squeezes all the motivation and juice and energy I can get out of it, and like rewire my brain and think it that way. But I don't think that's the number one approach, or the number one approach I would take. Like, because again, you could coach someone. That's why I am a coach, because you could coach someone into doing the same exact thing. And you can also manipulate someone into getting better. You could like bring up specific things, say specific things that stick with them, okay? And there's nothing really mean about that. As a coach, sometimes you need to say specific things that are gonna make your client be like, holy fuck, like, I gotta do this shit. Like, I gotta compete. I gotta win at this shit. Like, if you say like, yeah, and then once you get this, then this will start happening. They're like, what? Like, that's a reality? Like, you start putting it in their head, it'll make them want to do it a lot more. That's the thing. But I don't think bullying is the best approach. I really, really don't. So if you guys bully people and you make that excuse like, oh, no, but I'm trying to make them feel better, like, or I'm trying to make them better, like, it makes them better. Because I've known a lot of people like that. A lot of people think that bullying is like high school depicted movies, which is stupid, where it's like one bully that picks on a guy in some random locker, and it's like some bullshit. Like, that's not how bullying works at all. Most of the time, it's inner friend group stuff, okay? That's the reality of the situation. And when the younger you get, like middle school, high school, it kind of ends, but in middle school and earlier high school, there's usually one person that, you know, just fucking just bullies like everyone, right? That's how I at least remember it. And, you know, obviously that person had a bunch of issues or whatever. But I noticed that there was a culture of like bullies trying to act like they weren't. Like there was an idea that like no, like I'm not bullying them. I'm just like I'm just making them better. Like they because here's the thing. The thing is in school you never want to be labeled as a bully, so they would always say it differently. They would always be like no, like I'm just making them better. Like no, I'm just developing them. Like no, we're just, and to be honest, they're not wrong. You know, I mean, you could be developing them, or some of them. You know, some of them respond well, some of them aren't. Some of them are going to be developed and get stronger and bigger and be like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then some of them are like, no, fuck, you're making me super insecure and sad. Now I'm afraid of everyone. You know, I mean, there's two different responses to that shit happening. But I notice a lot of people like to, you know, justify it in their brains and be like, no, like I'm actually like a good friend, or they'll just be friends with the person. They'll be like, no, we hang out all the time, so like I'm not a bully. It's like they'll literally like they'll think because they hang out with the person that like it gives them an excuse to like bully them more and all that different stuff. But the truth is like you you really can't like you got to be careful with that stuff. What up, Jake? School, damn. Are you a minor? Time for a What the fuck? No, what? I'm not a minor. I'm 21. Bullies are always fatter than me. Well, you know what's interesting? Sometimes bullies can be fat, especially in movies. They always make them fat. But here's the reason that they make them fat, and the psychological trick to that. It's the idea of someone having issues that make them insecure, right? But also they're bigger and stronger by like reference and genetics. So because of that, they're still able to overpower a lot of people while still being insecure. That's why they make a lot of bullies fat and big, because it's like they're still getting bad life experiences, but they're able to use their power for bad. You know what I mean? But the reality is there's many different forms of bullies. You know what I mean? Some bully could look like a fucking supermodel. You know what I mean? That could be the biggest bully of all time. Here's the thing. What I noticed about every single person that is a bully or acts like a bully or whatever, how long it take to grow the mustache? Bro, I just keep reshaving. It's my entire life. Jake spin facts, hell yeah. But no, like, I've noticed the one thing that every single person that was a bully had in common is they all had some sort of issue that I didn't want. Every single one of them. Every single one, because when you're like me, you don't look at people like you don't look at them from surface level. You don't look at someone and say, "Oh, this person's a bully, fuck that person." You look at them and go, "I wonder what happened in their life that makes them this way." That's how I always thought. I never looked at them surface level and was just like, "Oh, they're that way, fuck them." Like I still to a certain extent was like fuck them in my brain, like to it, like to the idea of like if they fuck with me then I'll fucking destroy them, that vibe, but not the vibe of like okay, like they're just bad for no reason. Like I always questioned what the fuck was going on. I always questioned what the hell was going on, and I researched it. I asked people around. I was like, what the fuck, like, or even asked them like what the fuck, like through conversation, and like what the fuck happened to this person that makes them. Every single time there's something. Every single time there's something bad that I was like, fuck, I would not want to go through that. I understand why they're insecure. I understand why they do this thing. I understand because this is something I wouldn't go through or wouldn't want to go through. Like I remember this one dude. He was such a dick to a lot of people. And I was like, what the fuck? Like what's with this dude? Like why is he so mean? And like genuinely, and then I found out talking to the sister that like she's like, oh yeah, like I don't really have a connection with my dad, like it's like really bad. And I was like, oh fuck, wait, that's your brother. Wait, he probably doesn't have a good connection with his dad either. And I was like, that's probably why he's got all that fucking shit. And it just it always comes back around. There's always something. There's always something. So I need you guys to understand that if anyone is actually bullying, you have to understand there is something. There's a weak point at them. There's a weak point to them. There has to be. Okay? Look, conflict's different. When you have two UFC fighters that are just fucking shit talking each other, that's completely different. These are two egomaniacs that both think they could kill everyone, and that's two completely different things. I'm talking about straight up bullies, people that intentionally pick on people for no reason. They have a weak point. They do. They do. Okay, it is what it is, because if they didn't have a weak point, they wouldn't be doing that. It's a reality. Did you used to be a bully? I don't think so. I always like to say I really was not. I was always a pretty nice person. I was a little bit maybe like I was maybe like responsive. Like if someone said some shit to me, I wouldn't like hold back. Like I would say some shit back, or like if someone fucked with me, like I wouldn't be a wuss. But I don't remember ever actively picking on someone that didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? Like every single person that I said some shit or did some shit to, they fucking deserved it. Like every single one of them. I can't think of one person where it's like, you know what? They didn't need all that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like. I feel like every single time it was justified. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, like there are specific perspectives, especially in middle school, where someone could have heard a story and thought I was a bully because they didn't hear the entire story. 1000%, bro. Because like there's certain conflicts that happen where it's like, well, this person said this thing, and then it's like, okay, well, my mindset is like, you throw a pebble, I throw a bullet, right? Like that's my thing. It's good and bad, you know what I mean? Like that's the reality. So if someone says something to me, you know, in middle school, and everyone's fucking insecure in middle school, and say it enough times, I don't. My thing wasn't to like attack, like throw like jabs, like little punches. That wasn't my vibe. Like, oh, you're gay, you're this, you're that, like all that stupid shit. Like I would like that's dumb to me. I wanted to go deep. I wanted to really make them feel bad. It's just my brain, dude. So I remember in 8th grade, this one kid just kept on saying, because I used to do like theater, I used to do drama, so he kept on saying like, you're gay, you're all that shit. And I was just like, I looked at him, and this is funny because I have stomach issues too, probably like the worst ones of all time, probably worse than him. But I knew he had stomach issues, and I knew he had some fuck shit going on. So I looked at him and I said, you have fucking Crohn's disease, and it went silent, and everyone looked at me like I was the biggest fucking bully. And I was like, fuck, dude, like this is not how I picture this. But then I was like, did you guys not just see him calling me fucking like all this different shit for being in like theater or whatever? Because I used to do like plays and shit. You know what I mean? I used to be like the lead actor and all this shit. Did you guys not see that? They're like, no, like that was fucked up. That one was fucked up. And I was just like, fuck, like this is like this is crazy. Like all of a sudden, you know, it's like, don't be like too tough, and then I say something mean, and all of a sudden I'm the worst person ever. It was the craziest most whack experience I've ever had in my entire life. You know what I mean? Me personally, I used to bully in high school. Jake, my parents. Not gonna lie, all my bullies were actually my crush. They used to use me, then friends on me. Bully out of response. You were definitely a bully, so you defend yourself. I don't think I was a bully. I really don't. You could look. We could get some people from my high school, middle school, elementary school, and we could ask them like, "Do you guys think I was a bully?" And they could fucking tell us. I mean, you guys could look at my YouTube channel. You could see in some of my old YouTube videos, you could see me interacting with people. You could see if I give off bully vibes. I really don't. Like I said, I was not that's not how I worked. I wasn't the person to pick on weak. I was always defend. I was always reactive. It was always, how do I make sure that this person doesn't feel superior or dominant over me? It was always that. Like intellectually, physically, whatever the fuck it was, that's my thing. I always wanted to prove wrong. I always felt like if I was underestimated, then I needed to prove wrong. I needed to win. I needed to compete. It always went into competition. It never went into like, because I noticed this is something that you'll always notice when you over like analyze shit, is like, say you have like a group of like, you know, 7 dudes in like, you know, 9th grade, and they're all hanging out, right? And you got 2 dudes, got one guy that's roasting someone else. Don't you guys notice that sometimes the person that's roasting those people, the person that gets roasted will pick on the weaker person and not roast the person back because they're afraid of the person? Don't you notice that? That shit, you only know that shit if you've been in like a weak spot. And because I've been the youngest person in specific situations, I've been, you know, the smaller, weaker person in specific situations, just because I was younger, age, all this different stuff, but also because I was a late bloomer. So you know it. You know it's coming. Like you can sense it. Your brain is so good at sensing that shit. So you know, like, Like if two people are roasting each other like at the lunch table in high school, like like you might get roasted out of nowhere for fucking no reason because you're the weaker link and they don't want to attack the other person again because they're afraid of the other person, but they're not afraid of you. You know what I mean? And that shit should make you want to fucking learn how to fight and lift the most amount of weight possible. But for whatever reason, in middle school, and no, it wasn't middle school. In high school, it didn't make me want to do that, and I really bothered at myself that was the case. However, now I'm way more reactive and responsive and do the correct things when my brain does that. I think personally, if you're a bully, no one can really tell they have to meet you first. Like when the testosterone teacher, got scolded by his mom. I know. Hey, dude, always listen to your mom. I'll get scolded by my mom till I'm fucking like 50, dude. If she tells me I don't know what the fuck she told me to do, watch the dog, and I'm like 50 years old, I'm watching the dog. It is what it is. Like, it's my mom. You know what I mean? I said it in the or not the podcast, the fucking stream. I was like, high test dudes listen to what their mom says and don't question it. Because mom's always right. You ever hear that? It's true. You know what? It's the only, hey, here's why I do. It's the only fucking woman that I know has the absolute best intentions for me. It's very, and the reality is, you don't know that. Like the reality of the world, especially with social media, is women's love is so conditional. Okay? The only woman that will love you unconditionally is your mom and your grandma. Okay? Is what it is. That's the reality of the situation. So that's why I listen to everything she fucking says and I don't question it. And I would never, ever, ever, ever do that with my wife, ever. I would always question everything. But my wife would never tell me what to do, like my mom would ever in a million years. The silent kid wearing the black hood sitting in the back of class. Dude, I wasn't. See, I wasn't the kid in the back of the class, the quiet kid, but I also wasn't like the louder kid. I think I mean I feel like this is everyone, like everyone's somewhere in between. I was just, someone that if I knew people in the class, I was a little bit more vibrant. If I didn't know as many people in the class, I wasn't as vibrant. If I knew more about the class and liked the teacher, I was more vibrant. If I didn't like the class and didn't like the teacher, I was less vibrant. Like, really depended on the fucking class, which kind of pissed me off because shit's all random. So it's like, damn, this really, like, the teacher and the kids in the class really make or break the class. That's kind of fucked. I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you were to make me redo a fucking, like, year of school, but all 7 of my classes are my absolute favorite classes I've ever done my entire school career, oh, fuck yeah, I would do that. I get my best friends, my best teachers, it's fun. Like, we all remember in school classes we looked forward to, we were actually excited to be into and actually enjoyed the entire time. We remember all those classes, okay? So, yes, I would do it. But, well, not like I would do it, like, over not doing it. Like, if you gave me the option, I'd say fuck no still. But, I'd do it if someone, like, asked me to do it. I wouldn't be like, fuck, like, I don't want to do that shit, My bad, sorry. The silent kid with the Glock 19 in class be like, I'm about to shoot. Yeah, fuck that. Seriously, though, fuck that. There was one kid. I'll tell you guys this story, just since you guys are bringing it up. It's a little scary, but it's not that scary. It's just weird. Sophomore year. Jake, hello, broski. It has been a long time. BT was good. Jesus, I feel like something stuck in my throat. So this dude, we were literally like sophomore year, bro. Sophomore year, we go into class, and it's a new class, right? And there's this kid that's really, really known and popular, right? And he's chill with me. Like, he walks up to me, dabs me up. He's like, yo, what's good? Walks up to, like, everyone else in the class, dabs him up. He's like one of those kids, right? Like, just needs to see it, needs to say hi to everyone, needs to say what's good to everyone. Like, one of those kids, you know what I mean? Just, we all know those kids. Like, so, he's chill with me, dabs me up, dabs up, like, 4 or 5 other dudes. Walks up to this kid. I already knew this kid was a little weird. I knew kids were saying that he was weird for sure. This guy has long black hair, pale as fuck. Pale as, like, I don't even know how to, do I have anything white here? Pale as this. This whiteness right here. Y'all see this? That's how pale he was. And he had long black hair, like hair that was over his face type shit, and straight long black hair. Not like, you know what I mean? And this popular kid, right? Like that's just super nice, super open, super chill, would always just see me and dap me up. Like even though maybe he was a little like you know, fake, he was still nice. He was just dabbing everyone up in class. There was nothing wrong with that. Even if maybe some people perceive him as fake, I don't care. You dab someone up if someone gives you a dap up. It's a simple man code right there. Anyway, this dude sitting next to me. Oh my god, and I remember what he said too. Holy fuck. Okay, we just fucking opened up a whole can of fucking brain fucking memories right now. Holy fuck. You guys just completely made me memorize something I haven't remembered in like 3 fucking years. Holy fuck. I remember what he fucking said to me. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Do I even tell this story now? I don't even know if you guys deserve this shit. What the fuck? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Because it's the reason I didn't like him even more. So anyway, the super nice, super popular kid walks up and tries to dap him up, right? And he looks at him and goes, "No, I'm good. No, thank you." Like, what the fuck? Like, that's the weirdest shit you can do, okay? Someone walks up and you're in a new class, new environment, everyone's trying to be chill, walks up, dabs you up, and you look at him and go, "No, no, thank you." But here's what really got to me. I was just in this class vibing, chilling, right? And I was sitting next to the other dude, the popular one or whatever the fuck. The one that's super nice and talks to everyone. And we're like talking, he's like, because I had like just got my car, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like dude, like you're driving soon, right?" And I was like, yeah. And then the fucking kid, the long hair pale kid that doesn't talk to anyone and refuses to dap people up, looks at me and goes, and this is to describe to you how much of a late bloomer, how young I looked at this time. He's like, "You're driving? What? Like you look so young." Like, and here's the thing, the way that he said it was the most like, I hate to be rude or anything, but the most autistic fucking way that someone has ever like disrespected me in my entire life. He was basically, he said it like in a dickhead way, but but then he was like, but like he's like, "No, I'm not even being like offensive at all. Like, I'm literally just saying uh he was like trying to like, but he it was so weird, I swear to God. And my brain was just like, in at the time it was very rebellious, right? So it just went, "Bro, you're a fuck," like I didn't say anything to him. I was not trying to be on that guy's bad list, because he did give off those vibes of like fucking, school, threat. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I don't like bringing that up a lot, but he really did give off those vibes. I didn't want to be on his bad list. So I didn't say anything, but now, I guess I forgot it, but now I fucking reminded me in my brain. But so I guess I'll never forget that. But and now I'll be thinking, no, fuck, dude, I'll be thinking about that during some workouts now. Okay, but dude, holy fuck, and the way he said it was such a dickhead move. It was like, yeah, and my brain was just like, "Bro, everyone thinks you're a fucking weirdo. Who the fuck do you think you are to talk to me like that?" Like that's all I was thinking in my brain. But yeah. What's your opinion on theory? I don't know what that means. I love the pencil thing. What the fuck? What the fuck? So yeah. My bad. I don't know why the fuck we got into that. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't know why the fuck, or where the fuck, or who the fuck. Biggest school fight I got into? I never got into a school fight. I got into a couple physical altercations, but it never like, No, it never turned into like a fight, like a straight up like, oh my god, it's a fight. This chat is so empty. I know, not only physically but mentally. How was your trip to Florida, by the way? Trip to Florida was good. Now I'm ready to be back here working hard at life and just trying to win at life and not lose and try to just understand that I try to act sometimes like, oh, like, nah, you're in the good place now. No, I'm not in the good place. There's always bad. There's always bad to look at, and there's always bad to, refrain and rebel on and, get revenge. And yeah, dude, it's very interesting how a stream could ask questions to get me to think of memories, to literally rehash a memory in my brain that I actually didn't really fucking remember for a really long time. And now I did, and I just find that interesting that if I hadn't done this stream and hadn't talked or someone hadn't posed that question, I would have never remembered this thing that now I'm going to use as motivation to get better at life. And I don't know. I think there's something beautiful about that. Because for me, it's unfortunately, I'm always looking for new motivation. And it's weird. Like, right before I'm about to hit like a heavy PR, right? I'm always thinking of like the main things I can think of to get me into that mode of like pushing weight heavy. Like, I need to push something, right? So I have like default, like, scenarios or default like things I think of or default memories, that I'm like, okay, think of this thing. Like once you're about to go, like think of this thing, right? But what I noticed is if something recent happens, there's more fire to that, like being mad about it because it's recent. You know what I mean? So it's different. Looking at a memory 7 years ago and trying to get it to fuel me to hit a PR is way different than looking at a memory that happened last night. You know what I mean? To fuel me to hit a PR. Like, as crazy as it sounds, it would motivate me more to hit a PR after someone just literally bumping into me at a bar than me trying to get a memory from 7 years ago about someone making fun of me for being like puny or some shit like that. Like, I need the recent shit. That's why the YouTube comments are low key good because sometimes I can use them for my PRs. Like sometimes they really do like they because here's the thing, like you're gonna get so much hate that eventually something's gonna fucking hit and something's gonna land, right? Like you don't think after eventually like every single person says every single thing wrong with you and something's not gonna land, something's not gonna hit, something's not gonna, like, you got to think about it this way. Like these people are so deeply insecure that their entire priority is to make you feel worse about yourself because you make them feel worse about themselves. So because of that, they will fucking attack every single thing wrong with you that anyone could possibly say is wrong. And here's the thing, they're not looking to attack you for shit that like wouldn't sting. They're looking to sting you. They want to hurt you where they know it hurts. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has I believe everybody has things that people can say that could really sting them. I just think that there are certain people that have had it said more to them, so they're just more tough about it, and so certain people that have had less said to them about it, so they're less tough about it. For me, I would say I'm pretty fucking bulletproof at this damn point, to be honest. Hey, I'm loving the shorts lately. Hell yeah, brother. Hi, what up, Anya? I'm pretty damn bulletproof, to be honest, with the words. I'm not saying that they don't affect me. I'm saying that they affect me less. Like, so it's interesting. If I were to see a comment like 2 months ago that made me sad or pissed me off, it would sting for a while. I would go into like reasonings like why did they think that? Like does everyone, like my brain would start like, overanalyzing it. Now it's different. Now it's just like, oh, they must got a problem. They got like there's it's way different now. But it still stings because at the end of the day, like I'm here to tell you guys, and they did an experiment on this. There's an experiment where they put you in a room and they have like three people basically critique everything wrong about you. Okay? It's like this really fucked up experiment. Basically, you sit in a room and they learn everything about you. They learn about your appearance and they critique everything wrong about you. So like, picture it this way. It's fucked. Like I got like a cut right here, right? From lifting. Like they would rip into that shit. They'd be like, that cut makes you look so fucking ugly, like blah blah blah, all this different shit. Like they would go after it. They would like things that have deep rooted insecurities, and the test is that, and the experiment is that after that, how much do words really hurt? And they noticed that the people that got every single thing said wrong about them, after a while, words didn't hurt as much. They were less hurt. Their brain had less of a emotional reaction to words. And I think there's something beautiful about that because, you know, would you rather sit there and hiding from your insecurities and the second someone brings it up, you cry for like 6 weeks until you try to convince yourself that it's not true and then someone brings it up again? Or would you rather everyone just bring it up until you just accept that it's real? You know what I mean? Like we all know those people that are overweight that try to convince themselves that they're not that overweight or they're still like, or if they weren't like, if they were skinnier they wouldn't be better looking. Like we have those people that convince themselves of that. And the biggest issue is, I mean, you're just getting stuck. You're getting stuck in a place, and you're not, and and the comments that people say aren't going anywhere. Okay, and the issue is now you're just looking for the comments differently. Okay, that's this. That's what I'm saying. Is like bigger people, or heavier people that are overweight, they already have that stimulation to their brain. So the second anyone says anything about their food choices or how much they're eating or what they're eating to a heavier person, they take that as like, oh, you're judging, like, you know what I mean, like that, like to for the most part. I'm not saying everyone. um yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like they take it offensively. And I've seen people that have like gone there and like I've seen people that have said like, "Oh, this person said this specific thing to me and it made me change this," or like, and I'm like, "You went your entire life with no one fucking making fun of you for that? Was it like, did you not go to school? Did you not go to middle school? Did you not go out in the world?" Like, I get very confused when people are like surprised that someone makes fun of them for something as if like, and in fact, I saw this fucking extremely interesting interview that makes, I guess, young men feel a little comfortable, older women feel not as comfortable, but it's fine. This woman was just like, yeah, so I always posted, like, I always got attention from men, and, I posted, I was a model, and I always got good attention, and then I, started to age a little bit, and I posted a picture of, my body, and someone commented, like, oh, like, you're looking old, or like you look like like why is grandma still posing or something like that. And she literally said like that completely destroyed her. And it made me realize like there are people out here, even model status, that never have had like someone actually nitpick what's wrong with them. You know what I mean? Like you obviously get hate, right? You get hate. You get people being like, "Oh, she's so spoiled. Oh, she's so dumb or materialistic or self-centered or mean or rude or bully or all this different stuff." That's fine, okay? You don't get someone being like, "You have wrinkles on your face." That doesn't happen to them. The really high status, like really best looking ones, that doesn't. So it's a whole different fucking reality. So I think if you're someone that gets made fun of for your shit more than someone that has the same exact situation than you that doesn't get made fun of as much, I think it's a blessing. Because those people that aren't getting made fun of for it, they're not getting the growth that comes with getting made fun of for it, number one. And also, they're just blind to what people actually see. I could tell. Oh God, I shouldn't tell you guys this story. No, I'm not gonna tell you guys this story. Sorry, it's a little too much. But there are people that are fucking blind, and you gotta open your eyes. You gotta fucking open your eyes sometimes, man. You really fucking do. You really fucking do. I'm being so serious. You really have to open your eyes, because the issue is if you don't, you're gonna be blinded by people's lies. Like imagine being surrounded by friends that are telling you how beautiful you are when you're clearly not. Like, or you're super healthy even though you're an alcoholic. Like that's not okay. That's not good. And you know there's a funny meme, but it is kind of true. Not always. This isn't always the case. Okay, it's sometimes the case, not always. But um it's like how a girl looks at her fat friend, and it showed a girl like smiling all happy because girls love when they don't love when their friends are fat. They just are less insecure and find it as less competition, which so they won't tell their overweight friend like to lose weight because I mean they want them to stay that way. And then it shows how the dude looks at his overweight friend and it showed him pissed off, and I was like, that is me. That's me. That's how I look at my overweight friend. I'm not happy. I'm pissed off that because I want the best for him, and I know he wants the best for himself. That's what gets me the most mad is when they're like, I want this. I want a six pack, and they're overweight. Then I get bothered because I'm like, if you're fat and you're just like, no, I'm the fat guy. I like being fat. Okay, fucking have your beers and go ahead. You know what I mean? But if you're like, no, I'm overweight, but like I want a six pack, like I want to experience a six pack, then it bothers me that you're not doing everything in your power to get a six pack. That bothers me. It bothers me that you're trying to like navigate stupid, simple ways to be like, oh, but if I could just do this to get a six pack, like, oh, maybe just drink beer on the weekends, like, oh, maybe just do a 10-minute ab workout like every week. Like, no. Like, you should be doing everything. You should be training 3 times a day to get a six pack. I'm not saying it's optimal. I'm saying that's the fucking spot you got to get to. The training of multiple times a week is not good for people trying to fucking lose weight. I'm sorry it's not. I'm not going to sit here and say it is. Sorry, that's a little off topic, but yeah. You don't want to be blind. If I told my friend that they would go off of me. Well, here's the thing. If sometimes there's no helping specific people. Like, there are specific people that want their friend to like become better, but they know that their friend unfortunately is so defensive that they can't, and that's such an issue. Is like, I think everyone needs to look at how defensive they get when someone makes a specific statement. Okay, I'm being serious because that is like one of the biggest telltale signs of where your brain is actually at with that specific thing. Like if you tell someone, "Hey man, I think you should go work out. I think you should lose weight," and they start getting defensive, like, "Man, I got work. I got this." Like it's okay. You go ahead, be defensive and be lazy, but you just know you're fucking yourself up, and no one believes your crap. No one. So it goes with like anything. If anyone's like, "Hey man, why aren't you like dating?" and they're just like, "Oh man, like I fucking girls suck." Like that's defensive. That's defensive. You're defensive. If you're like, "Why aren't you dating?" It's like, "Man, I've been just so focused on my goals. I can't like I just can't have the distraction." That's not defensive. That's an actual answer. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's like the same question, two different responses can give off two different kinds of like insecurity. You know what I mean? Like one person, like you could give the same exact answer. "No, I'm not dating because this thing sucks, that thing sucks," and then you look defensive and insecure. Or you could say, "No, I'm not dating because I'm so focused on my goals and I'm really trying to find myself and like development," and it's completely different. You don't look insecure, you look like you're on your goals. It's a whole different situation. So I would say it's really important to catch when you look like you're being defensive, and also understand that when someone else is being defensive, you can see it now better, and then you can see when you're doing it, because it's actually extremely hard to not get defensive about things, especially when you're prideful about things you believe in. You know what I mean? Like if someone goes in this chat and goes, "Oh, red meat is bad for you," and you're fucking wrong about all your shit, how am I not supposed to defend my argument there? You know what I mean? But do I look defensive? Am I going to say defensive things like, "No, they only say that because of like, and say like dumb shit and start getting like emotionally reactive." And I'm like, "Oh well, I see a lot of people say that, and I think there's like, if you're more calm about it." So that's what I got for y'all. I think I'm done here. I'm sore as fuck right here, and I don't know why. I actually do know why, because I did fucking chest flies. Am I sore here a little bit? Yes, which is good because I'm sore in both places. If I was only sore in one place, it would scare me a little bit, but I'm not. All right, y'all. Peace out. Don't quit. Try to win at life, and we'll see you in the next one.